Hey, and welcome back. It's a terrific Tuesday from noon today, but it just got more terrific. My good friend joins us to mix it up. It's Kevin McCullough, nationally syndicated conservative radio host, heard here in New York on AM 970, seen frequently on Fox News, Fox Business, often a one lucky guy on the Fox News channel, and Josh Kravitz joins us again. So guys, you know the deal. I'm throwing out some topics, we mix it up, and Kevin, don't hold back. Okay, tell us what you really think. So let's get into this WHISTLEGATE stuff. Okay, apparently the president's having a conversation with the president of Ukraine, and he tells him, "Hey, make sure you take a look at this thing with why is Hunter Biden with no background in energy getting billions of dollars, and why did Joe Biden threaten them if they don't fire the prosecutor that was looking into his son's company, he was going to withhold U.S. aid." So should the Senate, impeachment, it's the new thing. Should the Senate Intelligence and Oversight of Foreign Relations just open investigations into Joe Biden now and play tit for tat?
Well, I think that certainly if there was someone that did a quid pro quo, it was Joe Biden. He bragged about it on TV later. The weird thing about, so first of all, it's called Whistleblower-gate. We don't have an actual whistleblower. We don't even know what the complaint actually says. The National Director of Intelligence is within his right not to send it to Congress. There's no law that says he has to do that. And it's almost been unilaterally accepted since George Washington that a president doesn't have to turn over any communications with foreign leaders of any sort for any reason at all. So I don't know what the controversy here is, other than a group of people who are just really desperate to try to get Trump, ultimately at the end of the day.
Even Josh agrees that the Senate Republicans should open up all kinds of investigations into Joe Biden.
No, I don't.
I tried it.
Well,
but Josh, seriously, did you hear what Joe Biden said? Did you hear what he said when he was basically on this panel and he said, I told the leader of Russia, of Ukraine, I told him either get rid of this prosecutor or I'm going to withhold the U.S. loan guarantees from you. He said exactly that. And I'm leaving in 6 hours. Yeah. So either get rid of that prosecutor in 6 hours or I'm going back to the U.S. with our dough. Okay. He said that.
I'm sorry, I just have to change the subject slightly because the nature
of subject when it's binary.
No, but you know what? This isn't about Joe Biden. This is about the sitting president of the United States violating our public trust. And I don't understand how you guys don't see that.
What act did he do? What action did he take that violated the public trust?
You said that there is no quid pro quo.
Right.
The Washington Post last night was out saying that they withheld Ukrainian aid desperately needed in their war with Russia, which, by the way, that's his best friend Putin in Russia. They withheld desperately needed aid because they would not participate in...
First of all, if the Washington Post reported that,
yes,
it's an inaccurate report.
No one even said that.
How do you know?
According to Mulvaney today, he did put a hold on the aid, $250 million, about 4 days before the phone call, which is within his right to do.
Yeah.
A sitting president is universally empowered by the Constitution to make all decisions on aid. And he campaigned on, we're going to evaluate every single bit of aid that we're giving to countries and evaluate, are they acting within the best interests of the U.S.? This is within his natural duties as commander-in-chief to do so.
You changed the topic on me, but you said, let me change the subject a little bit. But my question was a simple binary. Joe Biden, we played the tape a little earlier. It's out there. It's widely seen now. He said, I told Ukraine, fire this guy or I'm taking the loan guarantees and leaving. That guy happened to be investigating his son's company. Is that a quid pro quo right there?
I'm not interested in Joe Biden. I'm interested in the sitting president of the United States violating.
Because the left has a hard time with hypocrisy.
To run for office.
But here's the thing. There was no quid pro quo. Trump paid the money within 30 days of the phone call.
Perfect.
$250 million went within 30 days of that conversation. That money still went to the Ukraine.
Right.
And guess what? He didn't get anything out of the Ukraine in exchange. There was nothing that he got in favor of it.
We have no clue if he got nothing out of the Ukraine in exchange. And when you said before that the president has the right to withhold aid to a foreign country if it's in the United States' best interest, what are you talking about? It wasn't in the United States' best interest. He's violating our trust.
That's your opinion. He's the commander-in-chief, lawfully elected, won the office, and the Constitution says he gets to make the decision.
Okay, so it was in motive matters. If he's
all right, so
using
you
his
know more
office,
than the Constitution.
I know the Constitution. I'm a lawyer. I know what the Constitution says, and the Constitution says that the president.
But you haven't been elected. You're not the president.
No, but the president
gets to make that decision.
The president has to faithfully execute the laws. He's not faithfully executing
what
the
law
laws.
is he not executing?
He is executing a law to his own benefit, to his own electoral process.
What law is it that he's manipulating?
I can't cite the U.S. code for you, but what I could tell you...
just like the whistleblower had no direct knowledge of the actual crime.
You know what?
That's being assumed.
I can't trust the President of the United States, and 55%
okay,
of us
that's
can.
your personal issue.
No, 55% of us can.
The issue that's relevant
Veterans
to
can.
this matter
Common
is,
defense,
did
a
he
veterans
break
group,
or violate a law?
Group is out here trying to call for impeachment. Veterans get it. The veterans in the United States Congress, the 7 veterans in Congress...
You want to file impeachment charges? File them.
Okay.
Tell the Democrats in the Congress to do it.
You know
You got
what?
the majority.
James
you could have done it as soon as the new Congress came in. You guys have not taken the effort to do it. You're scared of the consequence of doing it, and you're praying that this controversy turns into something that it's not, which is a constitutional crisis.
I'm not scared of the consequence.
There is no violation of law. There is no whistleblower in this case.
The
person claiming to be a whistleblower does not fit the definition of being a whistleblower. He has no direct information of the facts that he was reporting on.
He heard from a friend who heard it from a friend who... You know what I'm saying? It's one after one, you know, I tell two
the Democrats
friends and
don't
so on
want
and so on.
The
A whistleblower...
Director of Intelligence nor the President to exercise their duties.
A whistleblower goes in and
to.
says, hey, here's why I'm blowing the whistle. And I don't know if you know, but the federal government has all kinds of laws now where you actually get money if you do a whistleblower case and they extract fines, penalties. The whistleblower gets a piece of that. So there are, you know, real defined characteristics of a whistleblower, and it's not on hearsay evidence that a friend told another friend when they read the transcript that someone told their mom who told a reporter from the Washington Post. That doesn't qualify.
The whistleblower gave the information to the Inspector General.
Hearsay.
He gave
hearsay. He gave the information that he heard from someone else.
You don't know that it was hearsay, but what we do know...
The Washington Post and CNN both reported that the whistleblower had no direct information at his disposal. It was hearsay.
The president admitted this morning that he did it. But let me just finish what I'm saying.
Wait. You can't say that. You can't say that.
He put a hold on the $250 million.
Admitted this morning that he did what? You said he did it.
That he put a hold on the $250 million.
That he put a hold on the $250 million contemporaneously with the phone calls with the Ukrainian...
He didn't link the phone call. You're linking the phone call.
Contemporaneous means at the same time. I know how brilliant you are. Contemporaneous means at the same time, right? The aid was frozen in advance. It was in advance of the call that it was already. It was already frozen.
You know what?
So it wasn't contemporaneous.
Why doesn't the president allow us to see the whistleblower complaint? Why don't we see the transcript?
Because no president since George Washington was the first one to tell people to go pound sand when they said you have to tell us about your communication with other world leaders.
And not a single president
has violated that precedent.
No, but they have readouts, and if you read the Ukraine readout, and I'm not saying it's the Ukraine, I'm saying if you read the readout from Ukraine, they say basically the president didn't say anything in a quid pro quo. But it's quite clear and documented that Barack Obama, during his election cycle, turned around to Medvedev and said, you tell Vlad I could be a lot more flexible with him after the election. You remember that, right? You remember that, right?
Guys,
that was him saying, hey, I'm going to be firm with you right now, but after the election, don't worry, I'll take care of you.
Obviously, we're talking past each other, but at the end of the day, the pillars of our democracy are built on public trust.
And at the end of the day, you have no facts to support the premise that the president has violated a law or in any way violated the public trust as it relates to this issue.
Oh, no,
You have zero facts to base that on.
We do not have the facts because the president is obscuring them and hiding them. Let the transcript come down. The IG saw such problems with it that he recommended that it be made public and be delivered to Congress, which under law means that it reached a certain threshold of seriousness, the complaint, that it needed to be delivered to Congress. That's the IG's
opinion.
That's
and
the IG's
and the
opinion, who was
director
appointed
and
by
the
Trump,
director
who was
of
appointed by
national
Trump.
intelligence disagreed. And you know
The
what? The
acting
IG,
director,
That's
acting
right.
director.
IG
Don't forget
doesn't
that we
get
have
to make the
acting-
decision. The
don't
IG is
for-
not the
Don't forget
director.
that we have acting cabinet officials everywhere, including this acting director who hasn't been.
You guys are
confirmed by
so
the-
sore that
we're
you
all
lost,
gonna-
and when you lose in 20, it's going to be 10 times
Okay.
worse.
All right, well,
we are
see what
acting like
happens.
we don't like each other on this show, but this is what great conversation and discourse is all about. It's a platform where thoughtful people can share ideas, and I want to thank you both, my friends. We're all friends here,
Josh.
and we will. Oh God, I'm getting so fat. We will all share a cocktail together and have more thoughtful conversation amongst ourselves and with you.